Okay, in this example we've got 8x squared over 2x squared, and we've got to fully simplify this fraction. Okay, now what works with number works with algebra. That's the big idea here, as well as equivalent fractions. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to forget about the letters and I'm just going to concentrate on the numbers. So let's just ignore the x squared on the top and ignore the x squared on the bottom there, and let's just focus on the 8 over 2. So is there a factor of both 8 and 2? Well, I can divide them both by 2, which gives me 8 divided by 2, which is 4, and then I've got 2 divided by 2, which is 1. Okay, so now I've dealt with the numbers, I'm going to deal with the letters. So we've still got the x squared on the top, so I'm just going to put that back in, and we've still got the x squared on the bottom, so I'm just going to write that back in as well. Okay, so is there a factor now of the letters? So we've got x squared on the top and x squared at the bottom. Is there a factor of both of these? Well, on the top, I know that x squared is a factor of x squared, and on the bottom, x squared is a factor of x squared. So therefore, I've got a factor of both the top and the bottom, so I can divide by x squared. So my next step is going to be to divide by x squared. And let's just think about what that is. What is x squared divided by x squared? So I'm just going to write that down over here. X squared divided by x squared. Well, this is like saying how many x squareds are there in x squared? Well, that would be 1. And we can check that doing the inverse. What is 1 lot of x squared? Well, it's x squared, so that works. Okay, so let's just go back up to the top. So the numbers are obviously going to stop the same. So we've got 4 and then 1 at the bottom. We've got x squared divided by x squared, which is 1. So now I've got a 1 there. And I've put that times sign there because remember 4x squared means 4 lots of x squared. So that's why I've now got 4 lots of 1. And on the bottom, we've got x squared divided by x squared, which is 1. So instead of writing 1 lot of x squared, I've actually got 1 lot of 1. So I've got 1 times 1. And if we simplify that, on the top we've got 4 times 1, which is 4. On the bottom we've got 1 times 1, which is 1. We've now got 4 over 1, which simplifies to 4.